Welcome back to the Restart Zone show for the second installment. The show that gets you everything you need to get back up to speed for this upcoming race weekend. I'm your host, Brady. This is also your host, Jack. Welcome to the show.
We're here. Week 2,
Hi.
baby.
Week 2.
Yeah.
Atlanta was last week.
It was.
We have
all
Coda and St. Petersburg to look forward to this weekend. A lot of stuff to talk
Very fun.
about. I say let's swing right into it.
So Atlanta, I
Yeah.
mean, 3 national touring series there this weekend, all the big series, and 3 phenomenal races. A little bit of discourse in the truck series about the timing at the end. We can get into that. But overall, in my opinion, all 3 races were heat.
Yeah. Quality entertainment. I mean, racing in Atlanta was absolutely...
It is the super speedway racing that everybody wants from Talladega and Daytona that we don't get anymore.
And you know what? I think it makes a lot of sense that the cars that don't go nearly as fast as they used to go around the super speedway that's like half as big, you know?
Yeah.
They race a little bit better. Who would have thought?
I mean, just the handling aspects, especially in the truck series and those first runs, you saw guys getting so loose in the corners, having to lift massively. And it's biggest in the Cup Series because the biggest problem with the super speedways is the fact that the cars drive so good and they're so draggy that there's no chance that you're ever going to have to lift, build up runs, build up momentum. And you get all that at Atlanta. It's so reminiscent of what speedway racing looked like in times prior, and it's just got every year it's just got better and better. This track is aging like wine.
Tyler motherfucking Reddick.
Yeah, this guy, bro.
Hello? So, last episode, I just kind of hinted at a brief discussion that this was more of just like this is something kind of interesting thing than like anything based in reality, because like there's no telling of whether or not 23XI is going to be able to take the next step up to be an elite team. Sure as
that we wouldn't talk about that last week. Did we speak it into existence?
sure as hell looked like they were an elite team at Atlanta.
Look damn elite to me. I mean, Bubba led so many laps.
He finished top 10, I think.
I mean, he was in it for the win until that last restart zone or not restart zone, sorry. That last restart in overtime with that sort of late block, moved a little too high, let Hocevar get under him. But Riley Herbst, who was, it wasn't really on him this week. I know that accident, you could put some of the blame on him, but I mean, accidents happen at this version of Atlanta a lot. But as far as Reddick and Bubba, I mean, the speed in Reddick's car with the damage is just unbelievable to me. That you could have literally a completely open wheel and not really have it affect the air. I mean, it didn't look like he was going much slower.
No.
He was still able to build runs.
No,
and he was able to lead lines, which is the biggest thing.
Right.
Because like a lot of times cars with damage can sit behind cars.
Yeah, you
but
can mask your damage by sitting in the draft.
John Hunter Nemechek at the end of the 500, where once he led that line, he's caused all the Toyotas to stack up and really crash. That sort of caused that late race caution because his car was so much slower out front. But for some reason, that damage did not affect him, and the race 1 diecast is already ordered.
I would like to give a special shout out as well also to that guy SVG for taking 2 grass detours and still finishing P6, his best oval finish in his entire career.
He looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, all of Trackhouse did really. I mean, Ross ran up high for a while.
Ross looked like
Connor ran up high for a while until he inevitably got caught in a wreck, but you know.
Good weekend for Ross as a whole. I mean, he about won that O'Reilly Auto Parts race as well. Obviously, big contact with Austin Hill.
Dude, Ross Chastain is my Lord and Savior for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody would just breathe the sigh of relief to not watch Austin Hill win that race. That was so sick. And we can, I guess, let's rewind the tape. Let's start with the truck series. Kyle Busch taking the win again. I think that he's won that race.
Kyle Busch won a truck series race?
Kyle Busch won a race.
He won a race, but I mean, he wins truck series races for fun.
He doesn't that often, though. But regardless, and I mean, like, it wasn't like he dominated.
No.
By any stretch. Him and Hocevar.
Great teamwork from him and Hocevar.
it was another great race. I mean, they single filed out a little bit more, which I fully expected from the trucks. Obviously, they are more.
Especially
those trucks are really handling imbalanced.
They were the first cars to run all weekend.
Yeah, very green racetrack
So-
and racing immediately after a rainstorm.
Yeah, so I kind of expected them to not maybe be racing
Yes.
it, but even towards the end of the race, I mean, it picked up fully.
Oh, 100%. Especially once that clock started ticking down, where the race
Yeah.
had to end at 4:20. The intensity just picked up, and that the racing was really cool to watch. How the top line moves down the straightaways but loses out in the corners, and you get this sort of constant back and forth. To me is really interesting.
No, it was sick. It was sick racing all weekend. I mean, it was. I mean, Atlanta. What more can you say about Atlanta? It's just it breeds such good racing
And
in this current gen of cars.
I can't lie. Like, I shat on Atlanta when they first remodeled, turned into a super speedway. I hated it as a purist.
I mean, and I'm sure every fan did.
Yeah.
Because when it like, I mean, a similar thing can be said about like F1 right now. We are all looking it with like, we are very skeptical about this new package. It could be great.
It could be.
But
yeah.
as a long-time fan, when a drastic change like that happens, especially with something that you're fond of, you're gonna be like, whoa, hello. But
if it's good and you watch it and realize that it's good, then it's good. I know, very profound take there, but
I know.
but, I mean, yeah, I don't think many people were a fan. I think the only people who are fans are the NASCAR fans who like chaos, and they're definitely out there. And I think even in the first few years of that race, it looked like regular next-gen speedway racing, very gridlocked. There was a little bit more movement, but as it's aged and as handling becomes more and more important, it's just got better and better. The more they slide around and the more they have to lift in the corners, the racing just continues to improve.
Yeah, and that's something we spoke about last week as well, about Daytona and how the track aging seemed to really breed good racing. And I mean, surprise, surprise, Atlanta proved us right again. I mean, not proved us right, proved the world right.
Yeah.
You don't need to fucking make it perfectly spick and span every single time there's something wrong with the track. Like, give it character, give it,
Those
obviously,
are the most memorable tracks.
right, obviously within reason, because if there's
if it's a safety issue,
right, but
and Atlanta was getting to that point,
Yeah.
where like that track was starting to lose the charm of an old track, and like
starting to really be rickety like an old track.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the racing there has been
It's been great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
As we predicted, by the way, this isn't like a surprise. Like, it was better than maybe some of us expected. But
I mean,
we were even talking last week about
I think
how
the bar was set last year in the summer race, that cup race where
Mhm.
that whole last stage with the small field, they just battled it out lap after lap, lead changes constantly. And that set the bar, like, this is what this track is capable of. Now every race from now is seeing if we can repeat that, and from the looks of it, they did.
yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay. I mean, is there anything we want to touch up upon last
I
weekend
mean,
as well?
there's a few more things I want to touch on. First one, you're gonna love this one. Kyle Larson's late stage move.
Wait! I'd like to interject. To the fucking 12 people who watched last episode, you know that I
Shout out to
made
you
my
guys, by the way.
O'Reilly and Cup Series picks because not only did I think they had a chance to win, but I was hoping they would both be cursed. Anyways,
So,
cursed Kyle Larson was. Let me tell you.
yeah. Everyone's heard the audio at this point. The spotter says it was clearly
Stay high.
It was a mix-up because it sounded like he thought that he was 3 wide. Maybe it was a little unclear, but regardless.
No. He said that he didn't know that they were 3 wide, and the spotter's like, you weren't.
But regardless, from the outside, it looked very bad, where he just cut across the entire corner and cut right across SVG's nose.
Was that the second or first grass detour for SVG?
I don't remember order it happened in.
I don't either, but regardless.
Yeah. You had the big one, obviously, where Reddick got his damage with Hamlin. Logano getting tight off the corner, sort of getting into Hamlin, and it's chain reaction from there.
Yeah.
And I think the other big thing the other big thing I want to touch on from Atlanta definitely was Carson Hocevar, just continuing this streak of being polarizing, where you either love him or you hate him. Like, some people are, and it's just
what do you think about the move?
I think this is one that you might not be as familiar with, but Brad Keselowski, Jeff Gordon.
You posted it on his.
Oh, did right, yeah, he did.
So I was made familiar with it.
Very similar, and same thing where I think some people who like Brad Keselowski more said that there's a hole, and people who like Jeff Gordon, which there's a lot more of, said that there wasn't.
So I've said this a lot on this channel already. It might honestly become a thing because of how much I'm saying this exact phrase, but I think the man said it best himself. If gap, car.
It was definitely aggressive. He was being pushed. These are all things to consider. I just think, I don't know. I'm torn because when you watch it in super slow-mo, there is definitely a gap there. But at full speed, it happens really fast. And I just wonder the decision-making of the time he saw that to the time he turned down. Like, was it necessarily the best move? I don't know.
But you also need to think, Cup Series driver, second year, right? Second full-time year? Yeah. Sorry guys. Ball knowledge error. Looking for that first win, being so close so many times, like, you're going to put your car there.
Yeah.
You're just gonna. I'm sorry. Everybody who's shitting on him that isn't a race car driver, I feel like has no room to talk because if you were in his seat, in his exact same position, you're putting your car there too.
I mean, probably, yeah. Especially going for my first career Cup Series win,
don't pretend like you're not.
He clearly wants it. He's made moves in the past showing that, he's going to be aggressive to get that win. He wants it so bad, and he's been duped out of it before, and I get that part of it. I totally do, but I also see Christopher Bell's frustration where, hey, I just got dumped by a very opportunistic move from a kid known for being aggressive,
And for sure, be frustrated. Like we were talking about with Brad Keselowski last weekend. Be fucking pissed. You had a run. You wanted to see where it went. You got wrecked. I'd be mad too. But it's a symptom of racing. And if you don't like it, go sit on your couch or something. I don't know.
Yeah, go watch football.
Yeah, literally.
No, but I mean, that was just something I wanted to touch on. Obviously, there's been a lot of discourse. I'm somewhere in the middle. I like him. I think he's funny. He's great for the sport to have an actual personality. But sometimes he does make moves that aren't amazing that I disagree with.
I would like to see fucking groundbreaking statement of the year. I'd like to see him show a little more poise in stressful situations.
I think sometimes he could have been a lot more aggressive at the end of the Truck Series race and tried to beat Kyle Busch. He kind of just pushed him to the win. Yeah. So he definitely isn't he's capable of showing restraint. Now I think it was a little bit easier being a Truck Series race. Yeah. That same position in the Cup race. If it's his teammate, probably different, but he's capable.
It's also the context of that Cup race versus the Truck race are totally different. Yeah, I mean it's a
different.
It's a racing incident. It happens. I'm never gonna dock unless it's so unbelievably stupid.
Unless
there's
it's
no gap.
Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Silverstone 2021.
Right. I'm never gonna dump a driver for going for a tight gap and wrecking. It happens. You know what I mean? I'd rather you do that than not go for the gap and have a boring race. But that's just me. Go for the gap. Why not? But obviously, you don't go too wide into Magnus Beckett. So
I guess, especially not when you cut the entry like that. But I think one other thing I want to just touch on real quick, because we've given him a lot of shade and he does deserve credit. Austin Hill, very mature reaction to the end of that race.
Because it was bound to happen eventually, right?
Yeah, and he could have been a crybaby about it, but he really wasn't. He took it like a man, took it on the chest, and then went and was at Sheldon Creed's win party. Yeah. with someone who they've had a lot of discourse in the past. When Sheldon Creed was running at RCR, that whole fallout at Martinsville, like that was a shit show. And it's nice to see that they put it in the past, water under the bridge, and he's happy for someone who had a major lifetime and career moment. So shout out to Austin Hill.
Yeah, I think it might have been a different story if Sheldon Creed was the one to wreck Austin Hill. But I mean, you know, fucking, what does Austin Hill have to be mad about? So I'm glad
he's got plenty.
So a segment we like to do every single episode. I mean, every single week. The second episode, but we did it last episode. We're doing it this episode. Best livery from last week. Jack, would you take us off?
We love liveries. We love talking about liveries, and I would love to start us off. Michael McDowell's Blaster Chevrolet.
Okay.
I use Blaster all the time in the garage, so not only did it look good, but I like the product. It says, "Don't bust your knuckles, bust your nuts" on the back. It's funny as shit. And the paint scheme looks great.
It did look great.
It's flashy, but not in like a gimmicky way. It's just it's a nice color combo. I like how it looks.
So I reviewing my options. All of them are food related this week. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna give it to the one car, the Wendy's.
Yeah. Okay.
That with the braids going down the side was so sick.
That was.
It was so good.
Well.
I would love to give a shout out to the Chef Boyardee Ricky Stenhouse car though. That thing is sweet.
It does look good.
What was the other one?
We owe someone an apology, I think.
Oh yes. Okay. The Pinnacle car wasn't that bad. I actually kind of liked it on track. He won with it, so I really got nothing to say.
It didn't look as bad. I looked at the render after the episode, and I did not like the render. All the negative white space on the back. Wasn't a fan, but yeah, it wasn't really as noticeable on track.
And the colors were good.
Yeah, it worked. And like I said, I bought an Elite Premiere diecast of it, so clearly I didn't get that much.
No. It wasn't that bad. The render looked awful though. And that Chumba Casino car is still one of the worst liveries that NASCAR has put out this year, honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was pretty disgusting.
But yeah, so that was the livery segment. I guess everything from here on, we're going to be talking next week, because that's what we're here for.
First thing I want to drop about COTA.
Okay.
Last year, we saw the implementation of a new layout.
We did. Not the national layout.
No. A completely new specialized NASCAR layout.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I think I mostly just want to highlight how much better the NASCAR. It's insane to think that stock cars aren't super fun to watch go around a track that was specifically built for open wheel Formula cars.
Shocking. And yeah, I mean, really, in my opinion, the only fun we had the one finish in 23, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But really, the only other time I was having fun watching a full circuit COTA race was 2021 when it was pouring rain and it was just pure chaos.
And that's just like
it wasn't because
racing plus rain equals entertainment.
Especially the stock cars, because they are hard to break.
It has nothing to do with the
especially coming down to those hairpin turns, trying to get your brake marker right in changing conditions. Like it was a shit show. But I mean, yeah, 2025's race at COTA was. I couldn't even put into words how much better just cutting off like a third of the track. How much better it made that racing. It was crazy. It made it so much more fun to watch. Just taking out some of those hairpin turns, which just aren't great for heavy stock cars.
No, and also like Formula One cars do like a minute 15 lap around that track or some shit like that. Like, how are you expecting a stock car to put on like when it's like a 3-minute freaking lap?
Yeah,
dude. Like,
they're just gonna get too strung out.
Especially because at that point you spread out the field so far where you have some people that can run like a 2.5 and some people are running like 3.5s, and then it's like
you have BJ McLeod in the back there running a 4-minute.
Yeah, and you got SVG almost breaking into the fucking ones, and you're like, well, it's just I mean, SVG, I'm sure will still fucking make the rest of the pack. I'm sorry,
he's still gonna run 5 seconds a lap faster than everyone else. Although last year he didn't do that.
It's true.
He didn't do that at that track at all.
It's true.
So, who knows?
And not for nothing, like, okay, I don't want to be too hopeful because it's like not very great results so far to start off the season. I mean, it's been 2 super speedways and he's been wrecked 2 times. But Connor Zilch is a road course wizard. Like, came up through MX5 Cup Series.
Well, even before that,
Or
he
in
was
karting.
in Europe, in
And,
the
yeah.
open wheel
Yeah,
ladder
yeah,
series
yeah.
in Europe,
He
which
was-
is that's where the best of the best in open wheel come from.
Yeah, that's where the people who go racing Formula 1 come from, and he didn't want. I mean, it's not that he didn't want that; they went on a different route. So he is
Yeah, and then
more
through
than capable.
MX5, yeah, which is another great. We'll
Yeah.
talk about them in a little bit, but yeah, I mean, he's a super good. His first race in what was O'Reilly Series in 2024, his very first race that he ran at Watkins Glen, he won it.
Yeah.
He beat regulars, people who drive those cars all the time.
So who's to say?
It's not off the table for sure.
It's not.
Obviously, Cup Series is a lot harder.
A lot of people that are honestly just better drivers. Like,
Next gen car is tough.
that is true.
He has not driven it that many times at road courses. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think if anything, he's definitely set up for a better finish than he's had the last 2 weeks.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
But
so.
yeah. So we got Coda, a lot of series, kinda. I guess not that many.
No.
We got the VP Racing Series, which is an IMSA ladder series. You got LMP3 cars and like basically GT4 cars. And then you got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series, I believe is all that's at Coda this weekend.
Yeah, because trucks are at.
Yeah, so then trucks, MX5, Cup, Indy NXT, and IndyCar all going to be running at St. Petersburg, which is a great street circuit and an amazing lineup of different vehicles from heavy stock trucks to low horsepower nimble MX5s to 4-banger turbo open wheel cars to the big hybrid Indy cars. I mean, you get a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah.
You get good street track racing around the bay. What more could you ask for?
No, they're getting treated this weekend
I'm
at St. Pete.
excited to watch these races. I am kind of sad the MX5 Cup race is at 7:25 in the morning. The first one is, because I probably will not be up to watch that. But I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Turn 1 for the trucks is going to be absolute chaos because braking on that runway with the painted lines. I mean, we see it happen in IndyCar all the time, and you know these truck guys with less road course experience and harder vehicles to brake is just going to be crazy.
It's half. I even think half is underselling it, but like half as much aero, fucking like.
Yeah, no aero, heavy trucks. And it'll be just super exciting to watch. I mean, like, just see trucks running. It's cool that they're separating from the schedule of the other touring series. It's super cool that we're going to have back-to-back weeks of NASCAR IndyCar doubleheaders, which to me is super awesome. As a big fan of both of those series, I like these events. And it's just super cool. I like that the drivers are going to get to mingle, make connections. Maybe we'll get some cool crossover events in the future as far as IndyCar drivers running NASCAR or vice versa.
And not for nothing, I don't think it's terrible for their brands to intermingle, because like I think the one thing holding, I mean, most race runners, I feel like getting it more groups together, getting more fans incorporated, because like there are a bunch of IndyCar fans that probably don't give a flying fuck about stock car
And
racing.
vice versa.
I will come all the way out and say I really didn't give a fuck about stock car racing until I saw them in person. So, as someone who came into the sport through open wheel and through Formula One, and that was the best shit you could watch, in my opinion, right at the time. Seeing them in person, seeing how cool the in-person experience is, it fully changes how you think about it. And I mean, I'm fucking doing a NASCAR show right now. I mean, this isn't a NASCAR show, it's a racing show. NASCAR is just really the only thing that's doing anything right now besides IndyCar, so.
Kind of funny little story. I got someone we know into IndyCar by not bringing them to a race, but I'll tell you who it is later. But they were in the area at the time, and I was like, hey, by the way, there's this IndyCar race going on down there. They're like, oh, no way. And so I was like, yeah, they're like, oh, if I'm free, maybe I'll go watch it. And they didn't go to the race, but they went to a qualifying. And just standing there on the side of the street watching them fly by was enough to make him an IndyCar fan.
Yeah.
He started asking me more about IndyCar and it, you know? And it's just like just going there. Even he had no plans of going to this race. He was just in Tampa.
Seeing the machines in person.
Seeing, hearing, smelling, all of that is the visceral thing of watching race cars. And it's totally addictive.
Yeah, totally changes how you think about it. I mean, yeah. I at the time I had never seen anything better in my life than fucking NASCAR trucks fucking hitting Revlo whatever over the fucking jump at Lion Rock. Like that was a great thing. So I think it's a great thing. Keep fucking doing it. Like hey, bring IndyCar back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Speaks the truth. I mean, we're extremely biased being in the Northeast, but we don't have any IndyCar.
But
we have
dude,
nothing.
Could you imagine a doubleheader weekend of IndyCar and NASCAR running in New Hampshire Speedway the same weekend?
It would be awesome.
That would be insane.
It would be awesome if we could get like trucks. I'm trying to think about how it was. Maybe that's for another time.
The whole tangent we have to go on right now.
Because you'd have to get modifieds in there as well. It'd be a whole thing. But no, I mean, I'm just overarching. I'm super excited. This is a super cool lineup. I think probably get into entry list a little bit later. But St. Petersburg, it's awesome. It's so fun to start the IndyCar season again. I love that this season's starting with a lot more hype for a multitude of reasons. We got back-to-back races to start the season. We got 2 new tracks. We got confirmation that Honda and Chevy are leaving. The sport of IndyCar is doing good right now.
Yeah.
And that's not something you get to say very often.
No.
So I'm super excited.
IndyCar and NASCAR swinging back into peak era of themselves might just save America.
I don't know about swing back into peak yet, but if they can both continue on their respective journeys that they've been on, they've both been improving. If both of them can keep it up, we could maybe make racing cool again. God forbid.
Well, Jack, racing is cool. They just have to be in open wheels, and you have to really not know anything about the sport.
And you have to make a reality TV show about it.
Yeah. Well, that's how you got into it, was watching the reality TV show.
I just mean in the sense that I feel like growing up, I was in 6th grade in 2016, and I was shunned for just being a NASCAR fan.
No, yeah.
Versus if you grew up in the early 2000s, that would not have been the case.
Even now, I'd say, I watch NASCAR, and people go, turn left again. So, incorporate into each other. Make fans of each, style of racing, be enthralled in what your machines are capable of.
So, a lot of road course racing coming up this weekend, which I'm not against at all.
No, especially now that we don't have to do the full layout at COTA.
Yeah. COTA, someplace we will be going later this year.
Yes,
very excited for that.
All right,
so rolling into picks, driver picks. We're going to go over first how our picks went last week, because there's no point in picking drivers and then not seeing how well they did.
Right,
so, Brady, if you want to lead us off for how your picks did last week.
So, Truck Series, I took a super uneducated Brendan Butterbean Queen pick. Rookie season in trucks. Ran a solid race at Daytona. I figured he could make something shake at Atlanta. I mean, he didn't finish bad, per se, but he definitely didn't win the race. We took Austin Hill in the O'Reilly Auto Parts race, which almost panned out, if you recall...
He was 2 turns away from winning that race.
If you recall, I mentioned that I was hoping that my truck, or my O'Reilly and Cup pick would curse each driver. Austin Hill got wrecked on the last lap of... Oh, he didn't even really get wrecked. He kind of just got spun. He saved it.
It was a
great save.
Shout out to Austin Hill.
Unfortunately, but hey,
credit where credit is.
Yeah, and nothing but good things to say about him this week, actually.
Yeah.
And same with Kyle Larson. I took him. He wrecked himself.
Yeah.
Real bad. Yeah.
All right. So my picks didn't fare much better.
No.
I picked Lane Riggs, who I really thought those front row trucks were going to be faster at a drafting track, considering they won at Daytona. And it
No
just,
dice.
No, it just
No
wasn't
dice.
there. Just wasn't there, straight up. So that was unfortunate. Getting into O'Reilly's, I picked Raja Karuth, who really, I think, had one of the fastest cars at that track that night.
He looked really good
He
over a
was
lot of
making
stints.
moves.
I really thought that your pick was going to pan out.
I really thought it was there. I honestly did, but it just didn't pan out. He, got involved in some accidents, got some damage. I ended up finishing P8 still through all that.
Yeah.
So
not bad.
take it. It was my best pick because my next pick was looking so good.
Until
Christopher Bell.
Carsey Horse car.
He just he had other plans for my pick. So
He wanted to be Brad Keselowski.
we got hooked into the outside wall going into turn 1. So none of our picks were amazing.
However,
our best pick result was my eighth, I think, with Raja, right?
It depends on how high Austin Hill finished.
Oh, good point. 12th, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so good. Okay.
All right, well, you heard it here first.
Jack's a fucking
If
genius.
anyone's keeping score, I guess I'll take the first week.
Fucking flash it up on the screen.
Big win.
Winner! Big winner! Okay, but as the sun sets, the sun always rises, so as we failed, we get another chance.
We do get another chance. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I would love to. So Truck Series, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I've never seen them run a CP.
We did watch him run at a road course, to be fair.
True.
But Corey Heim was there, so
I
we didn't
really have no base to put this off of. I think Ty Majeski's quick. I think Ty Majeski has a chance. I'm taking Ty Majeski. Like the guy. That's pretty much my basis. Sorry, lack of ball knowledge. Nothing else to elaborate on that one. O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, I think it goes without saying, it's Shane Van Gisbergen. He's running the race, so he's just probably going to win the race. And then this may surprise the lot of NASCAR fans, because I don't even necessarily think if this is who I think could win. I would just really, really like to predict this and have it happen. Connor Zilch is winning his fucking debut at COTA. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it.
It's not his debut.
Well, in Cup cars.
No.
Oh, not even. Oh, no! So, what I meant to say was that we've seen Connor Zilch run at COTA in Cup cars before, and, now that he's had a couple of races under his belt this season, hopefully he's a little pissed off and a little hungry, and feels a little bit more comfortable at COTA, probably, I would say. Now's the Trackhouse weekend, so even Ross was quick on road courses, so now's Trackhouse weekend basically. If they can keep their shit together, because nothing's shown that Shane Van Gisbergen's going to slow down.
In the end, if we get like an overtime restart in turn 1 at COTA, anything can happen.
This is true.
It is NASCAR we're talking about.
It is.
So
yeah, I'm taking Connor fucking Zilch. Okay.
Fair enough. It's a pretty good pick. I have some different answers. For the Truck Series race, and something that I would like to touch on once we're done with this, not necessarily the right order for how we do things here, but I wanted to talk about it and kind of forgot. So my pick for the Truck Series race is going to be Dario Franchitti. This is a biased pick because my all-time hero NASCAR driver will be crew chiefing for him. That is Jimmy Johnson will be on top of the box at St. Petersburg, which is just super cool thing for Tricon to do. Dario, obviously,
Jimmy Johnson is on the box, bro. He's on it.
Dario is a 4-time IndyCar champ and a 3-time Indy 500 champ. He knows how to drive a car fast. Or a truck in this case. They tested the truck at Sebring of all places. Which is probably a bumpy ass ride depending on the circuit layout. But I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I think he's got a shot. There's not a ton of road course ringers in that field. Obviously, there's another one in there that I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I just think overall he has better odds than if they ran anywhere else.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. My pick is going to be Connor Zilic.
Okay. All right.
This is going to be the best pick battle, I think, of all time on the Restart Zone show.
wait,
is the SVG versus Connor
Are you
Zilic.
taking SVG in the cup race?
I'm not.
Okay, I was gonna say that'd be fucking hilarious.
No, I'm gonna-
if we just fucking swapped.
I'm gonna go with a different pick, but I think the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race and the battle between those two is gonna be so entertaining now that I have another dog in the fight. But that'll be super interesting. I can't wait to talk about that next week. On how that ends up going.
Okay.
And my pick for the Cup Series is going to be Michael McDowell.
Okay.
They showed hella speed at the Chicago Street Circuit. Michael McDowell is a good road course racer. A little bit of an underdog pick when you have guys like Zilic and SVG in the field, but I want something cool to happen, you know? We've seen Connor Zilic win road courses. We've seen SVG win road courses.
We haven't seen Connor Zilic win a Cup Series.
Not in the Cup Series, no, but we've watched him win a lot of road course races.
Yeah, we watched him win a lot of ovals too. We haven't watched him win nothing in the Cup Series so far, so I'm waiting for that to start happening.
I want Michael to do it. I picked his livery this week.
Hey,
I'm picking him for next week.
Does that mean if he wins Coda, do you have to get the blaster car?
I don't know if they're making a die cast of it, but
oh, they better.
But if they do, shit. I mean. But yeah, like I said, one thing I do want to touch on real quick. I have my sheet right here because I need notes. Obviously, Adam Andretti did run in Atlanta. He scared the shit out of all of us in that first stint where he was basically sideways through all of 1 and 2. Still figuring out.
A watch for sure.
I was a little Code Brown there, and I wasn't driving a race car. But he is running this race as well. He'll be much more at home, I feel like, on this circuit. Obviously, I touched on Dario Franchitti. Storied career, successful career, knows how to turn left and right. Obviously, in different machinery. So, you know, we'll see.
But like you said, not a lot of road course ringers.
No, there really isn't a lot. I mean, all these guys are good at driving.
Buzzword of the day, road course ringer.
And Chris Wright's also there. But these guys, for the most part, know how to drive well. It transfers to road courses.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Nunziata's not in this race, right? Sorry. And then one other one I wanted to touch on, who's driving one of the Colleague Rams, is Colin Brown, who is an IMSA driver, clearly knows how to drive left and right, has driven GT cars, which is, you know, kind of about as similar as you could get besides like a V8 supercar to driving a NASCAR, depending on the car. If it's a mid or rear engine car, you know, it's a little bit different. But like if you drove a Mercedes GT3 car, you kind of have an idea of what it's like to drive a front engine V8 car on a road course. So yeah, he has won the Daytona 24 Hours 4 times and is a 2-time in-class IMSA champion. So just another great road course ringer, would have also probably been a good pick. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on this start. This start for the Truck Series has been awesome. To have the star-studded lineup at Daytona and a great finish. To have Kyle Busch and Carson Hocevar, among others, running the Atlanta race with a great finish. And then St. Petersburg, another star-studded lineup.
Yeah.
There hasn't been this much hype around the Truck Series in so long, I feel like. There's so many cool stories consistently coming out of this series.
Yeah. I mean, and it started in the offseason with Ram joining and everything.
Oh, 100%. With the show and everything, it was...
Maybe not our cup of tea, but
it was
hype generating regardless.
I mean, Drive to Survive will teach you that a show that purists don't like will probably bring more eyes in.
Yes.
That's just how it is.
We don't have to like it. What we always do like is more eyes on NASCAR. So.
And more big names in races.
Alright. A segment we like doing on this show. Hopefully we continue to go on with it. LMW of the week. You know, biggest W of the week, biggest I don't know why I keep elaborating. Biggest win of the week, biggest loss of the week.
Okay. One thing really cool, one thing really dumb.
My W of the week, Michael Jordan getting his get back on NASCAR officials. I mean, 2 races in a row. I feel like
Well, and now let's just say as well, Front Row Motorsports, the other team involved in that, won at Daytona in the Truck Series.
That is true.
Both of those teams are thriving.
Honorable mention to Sheldon Creed's W. It's unfortunate timing because the fact that 2311 and Front Row just won those lawsuits and now they're out here with it's great. It's great. My L of the week, my boy Connor Zilch getting wrapped up in another heartbreaking incident, going from running pretty high, pretty good to
unfortunately not the momentum you want to start the season. But he's a rookie. He's got plenty of time. He's got it.
Yeah, it's just and like I already elaborated on, we're going to COTA next, which I think the only 2 people in all of NASCAR who like that we go super speedway, road course is probably Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilch. So, there's that.
Valid. All right. I kind of have 2 W's. Sue me.
I had 2 as well. It's fine.
My first W is just the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. A weekend with no bad
finishes. And he said I picked low fruit last time. Damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, my other one's low fruit as well. It's just we're low effort today. The whole weekend. It was awesome. From start to finish. The only L from this weekend, other than the one that I'm gonna mention, was rain sort of messing with the end of the truck race and canceling qualifying. Yeah. That was the only bad thing to happen this weekend. Yeah. Other than that, it was great.
Peak.
All throughout the races, there was not really a boring spot. It was one of those races that as soon as Fox goes full screen commercials, like you're pissed just because you don't want to miss anything. My other W just being Kyle Busch. He's just had so much bad races happen that I was just happy that his fans get to get laid finally and he finally gets to win something in the big 3 series again. Yeah. So I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah.
My big L, which I've already completely brought up, was definitely Sam Mayer mauling that car after the checkered flag. Those poor guys were so happy at the Haas factory team that they won and had 2 pretty clean cars to show for it at Atlanta, and Sam Mayer had something to say about that.
Fuck that.
The wet grass and those O'Reilly cars with the classic splitter style, as soon as it touches that grass, man, it's just like a spade. It destroyed the front end of that car. Probably hurt, too. So that's going to be my L. The grounds crew had to go fill in the big hole that he made, and he totaled that car. Yeah. They're going to have to rebuild that thing, which thankfully they won't need the speedway cars for a while.
Yeah.
But that's my L, because that was pretty funny. My shit. I guess with that, we'll run you through the schedule coming up.
As this is the show that gives you everything you need to get back up to speed for the racing weekend.
And then we'll say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
So we got a lot coming up. I'm going to be a little closer to the camera here for you guys. Indy NXT and IndyCar are going to be practicing Friday afternoon. That's kind of about it. That's not true at all. Complete lie. Indy NXT and IndyCar are going to be in the evening, followed by the Truck Series practice from St. Petersburg. And then Truck and O'Reilly qualifying, which is starting at the same exact time. Very unfortunate scheduling there. One series happening at COTA, one at St. Petersburg. Not a fan of that. Saturday, like I said, 7:25 in the morning is the first MX-5 Cup Series race. Then you got more Indy NXT and IndyCar in the morning. Cup practice is on at 10 a.m. Saturday. Then we have the truck race starting at noon, I believe. Yep, noon on Saturday. Along with 12:30, the start of the first VP Racing race. Then you have the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series at COTA. Excuse me. The second MX-5 Cup Series race at 4 o'clock. Followed by IndyCar qualifying at 4:30. That's great timing. Those are going to lead right into each other. That'll be fun. I'll be watching. And I believe and then 6:30 is the second VP race. Same day, just one's early, one's late. That's a cool series. Check them out. It's cool sports car racing. And then Sunday, the big day, IndyCar warm-ups at 9. Indy NXT is at 10. IndyCar is at noon. NASCAR Cup Series is on at 3. And then midway through that race, MX5 will go green at 4 o'clock. And
that's that.
Then we'll say bye.
Yeah.
To another, hopefully, good racing weekend.
A lot different, but hopefully still good.
A lot more race series.
A lot more race series. That's what we're looking
Which we'll
forward to.
never complain about.
I'd like to just make it known, like, we want to be a show that's all about all the different kinds of racing. It's just, like, NASCAR is, unfortunately, all that's really been in full swing as of now. But, yeah, it's nice to finally see some other series coming into the mold here. As you, like, I swear, I promise, the ball knowledge will explode once we start to get to talk about F1. I swear, guys.
Yeah, we'll get in the weeds, don't worry.
I swear I know more about that than I do NASCAR, I promise.
We're still working on this whole show thing anyways. We will get better.
But yeah, thank you guys for giving us your time. Hopefully you enjoyed the Yap session, and hopefully you feel somewhat ready for this upcoming race weekend, and hopefully you enjoy the racing this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, well.
Peace out, guys.
Adios.